As members of a highly media-oriented society, the majority of our population is very familiar with social media networks. Social media allows us to keep in touch with our friends, meet new people, and even market a business. I chose to focus on Twitter as a marketing platform for my band. My band is called Quote Unquote. We are a pop rock band from Bloomington, Indiana, and like any other 21st century music group, we rely on social media networks as a way to further expand our fan base. This is much easier said than done, but very crucial considering the countless people you can reach. Since the formation of our band in November 2012, yes, we were gradually earning more likes and fans on both Twitter and Facebook at a steady rate. However, the rate was slow. We were not gaining momentum in a way that a band would hope for after recording a full-length professional EP and a music video as we had. At this point, I decided to turn to some of my friends in the industry for help. My friends are members of a successful national touring band called Late Night Reading. They have done a fantastic job promoting themselves through various social media sites. They currently have an impressive total of 67,643 fans on Facebook and 73,200 followers on Twitter. This is enough of a following to fund their band efforts and help them progress their music career. Meanwhile, at the beginning of my case study, my little starting band only had 562 followers on Twitter and 1,236 fans on Facebook. I asked my friends what they had done to establish such a strong presence for their band in social media. They informed me that they have had the most success with Twitter, but only once they paired it with a site called Just Unfollow. I would like to take a brief moment to make sure that everyone is familiar with Twitter. Twitter is a social network. According to an article by Dana M. Boyd and Nicole B. Ellison in the Journal of Computer-Mediated Communication, social networks are, I quote, web-based services that allow individuals to 1. Construct a public or semi-public profile within a bounded system, 2. Articulate a list of users with whom they share a connection, and 3. View and traverse their list of connections and those made by others within the system. They explain that networking emphasizes relationship initiation, often between strangers. This directly relates to my case study because I'm using Twitter to reach brand new listeners and expand my band's audience. On Twitter's About page, they provide a description of their site as a social media platform. I quote, Twitter is a real-time information network that connects you to the latest stories, ideas, opinions, and news about what you find interesting. Simply find the accounts you find most compelling and follow the conversations. Evan Williams, the co-founder of Twitter, explained during a TED Talk that Twitter is based around a very simple, seemingly trivial concept. You say what you're doing in 140 characters or less, and the people who are really interested in you get those updates. Twitter also presents themselves in a business fashion. Once again from their About page, Twitter connects businesses to customers in real time, and businesses use Twitter to quickly share information with people interested in their products and services, gather real-time market intelligence and feedback, and build relationships with customers, partners, and influencers. Now, let's discuss Just Unfollow. Just Unfollow is a Twitter vehicle website. It helps Twitter users, typically ones managing an organization rather than a personal profile, maximize their reach and exposure to new or potential audience members. Just Unfollow allows you to target active Twitter users that follow organizations similar to yours. In our case, we use it to find fans that appreciate music similar to our sound. By targeting people who express interest in bands like your own, you will have a much higher success rate when trying to expand your audience. After our discussion, my friends from Late Night Reading helped me set up a Just Unfollow account for my band. Just Unfollow thrives off a unique element of Twitter culture. When your organization follows a normal civilian user, they are likely to follow you back in order to explore your organization and choose whether or not they want to connect with you. So, I began my Just Unfollow quest by focusing on my favorite band, Paramore, and their audience. Paramore is a great catalyst for our efforts of finding promising potential audience members because they are also a female-led rock band. A very, very popular female-led rock band. By using Just Unfollow, I was able to enter in Paramore's Twitter username into a search bar and then gain immediate access to a list of their active followers. At this point, I began to follow hundreds of Paramore fans from our account, skeptical but hopeful that we would gain new followers. For the next 24 hours, an impressive amount of the Paramore fans we followed chose to follow us back. We jumped from 562 followers to 834 overnight. This was astonishing because it had taken us months to gradually collect the 562 followers that we had before. Not only were people subscribing to our band's profile, but Just Unfollow allowed us to set up our Twitter account in a way that a personal thank you message would be sent to each of our new followers. This message thanked them for choosing to follow us and then provided them with a link to our newest music video. Doing this provided the new followers who were interested in investigating our band immediate material to check out right at the moment they followed us. We received an overwhelming amount of positive response, including praise and curiosity. I could not believe it at first, but we really were gaining numerous loyal fans just from the first group of people we followed. One of the first questions I had about Just Unfollow was, what happens when your band follows a bunch of Twitter users that choose not to follow you back and listen to your band? My friends quickly informed me that one of Just Unfollow's most valuable features is that it sorts out all the Twitter users that you followed that chose not to follow you back. It places them in a list titled Non-Followers, and by clicking on that list, you can remove them from your following list and then proceed to finding new potential audience members. This is important because one of the rules of Just Unfollow is that you are never allowed to be following more people than you have following you. Just Unfollow became a part of my band's daily routine. We would follow as many new Paramore fans as we were permitted for that day, the limit being 1,000 or as many as you could before surpassing your followers count, communicate with them and build a relationship, and then ultimately unfollow the people who did not express interest within 24 hours. Every day, we gained an average of 400 new followers from the 500 to 700 we followed. After a month of following our Just Unfollow daily routine, my band now has 4,361 Twitter followers. We are extremely excited about this accomplishment because we are almost finished with recording the songs and videos for our next record, and we will now have a much larger audience ready to listen when it is released. Thanks to this case study, I have sharpened my media literacy skills, and I now have a firm understanding of how to gain the most benefit from Twitter as a marketing platform. And hopefully, you do too. I highly recommend Twitter and Just Unfollow to anyone trying to market their business, especially a band. Best of luck and happy tweeting.